It took 3 separate visits before China realized these polite envoys were their frontier raiders.
In the 1600s, Russian Cossacks were raiding villages along the far northern Amur River.
Meanwhile, the Tsar kept sending official envoys south to the emperor's court, hoping to open trade.
But nobody could translate properly, so the two Russias looked like two totally different peoples.
3 embassies came and went before the court finally realized the raiders and the diplomats were the same nation.
One giant misunderstanding, powered entirely by nobody speaking the same language.
He scraped one word off the Declaration of Independence while the ink was still wet.
Jefferson's first draft didn't call Americans citizens. It called them subjects.
He wrote, "Our fellow subjects," then caught himself, "subjects of a king."
So he rubbed the word out and wrote citizens over the wet ink instead.
For decades, nobody could read the smudge underneath.
Then in 2010, special imaging finally lit up the ghost word, subjects, buried under citizens.
One man's personal spending topped his whole country's roads, schools, and hospitals combined.
His name was Mobutu, ruler of Zaire, and he treated the national treasury like his own wallet.
In some years, he pocketed up to 60% of the entire country's budget.
Foreign aid meant to build the nation, much of it quietly rerouted into his private accounts.
He even took Concord shopping trips to Paris while his people went unpaid for months.
By the time it all collapsed, an estimated $5 billion had simply vanished with him.
Ancient Rome nearly went broke buying pepper from India.
Romans were so obsessed with Indian spices and silks that gold kept flowing east.
A Roman writer named Pliny actually complained about the drain of Roman gold.
He estimated 100 million coins a year vanished into the spice trade.
Pliny even sneered that these luxuries were totally unproductive.
So the world's first recorded trade deficit rant was really just Rome mad about spices.
That infamous medieval lord's right to your bride, it never existed.
You've seen it in movies. A lord claims the first night with every peasant bride.
But historians can't find a single medieval law that ever granted it.
The scary phrase only became famous in the 1700s, centuries after the Middle Ages ended.
What actually existed was a boring marriage tax. Peasants just paid the lord a fee to wed.
So the most notorious feudal horror was basically Voltaire-era propaganda.
These soldiers got no paycheck. They were told to rob the towns they conquered.
It even had an official name, a Latin motto meaning, "The war feeds itself."
During the 30 Years' War, generals like Wallenstein raised whole armies this way.
The emperor said, "Don't take it by force," and everyone ignored him instantly.
Each region got carved into contribution zones, squeezed to pay for their own occupation.
The bills ran so deep some German towns were still paying off the debt over a century later.
A 19-year-old wiped out pay toilets in America with a 25-cent club.
Back in the 70s, using a public restroom in the U.S. often cost you a coin.
So in 1970, he launched the Committee to End Pay Toilets in America.
Membership cost a quarter, and members got a newsletter called the Free Toilet Paper.
It actually worked. Chicago banned pay toilets in 1973, and states followed.
That's why your public restroom is free today, thanks to one determined teenager.